All right, guys, what's going on? Everybody, good evening. Some of you guys, good morning. I know some of you guys are over in Europe. Some of you guys are over in Asia, South America. So wherever you're calling in right now, this is a live call. I just want to say welcome to tonight's seven-figure mentorship call. First off, I'm going to be your host tonight. My name is Alex Morton. I'm the Executive Vice President of the greatest company on planet Earth, and that is iMarkets Live. So I just want to say today was an amazing day. If you all had an amazing day today, just hit 111 in the chat box. It was Easter Sunday, regardless of your religious beliefs. It's just a great day. The energy was amazing. Miami, the sun was shining. The water was nice, and it was just a great day to be alive. It was a great day to breathe in, all the abundance, all the blessings life has given all of us. So I just want to say I'm grateful for every single one of you. I was a little skeptical to have it on Easter Sunday because so many people, are in church, today, and they were in church tonight, and just so many family things going on. But I was talking to the leaders, and they said, you know what? You need to have the call because we keep moving forward regardless of the day, and people will get on the line. And I'm looking at this number right now, guys. We are over 1,000 people live on the Zoom. We're not even talking about the Facebook and the Instagram, another several thousand people all around the world. So I want to say I'm grateful for you guys to spend some time with me tonight. I'm going to talk about a few things. You guys know the drill. Once a week, we get together and we talk about building the business. We talk about leadership. We talk about sales. We talk about how to grow, how to prosper, how to become the best version of yourself. I'm not going to talk about trading tonight. I'm not going to talk about pips tonight. Once a week, we talk about how to earn some big time residual income. That's why you're here, and I'm happy you're here, and I'm grateful to be here tonight to serve you guys and give you guys, some information to absolutely change your life. I've been fortunate to travel to over 85 countries, and I've only been in this company. It will be 3 years in August, and I've been able to travel to over 85 countries, pretty much every single market we have here at iMarkets Live that is doing pretty big numbers. And I can tell you that I've seen what poverty looks like firsthand. I've seen people in Brazil, and I've seen people in Peru, and I've seen people walking around, in the streets of Nigeria, and I see what poverty and famish looks like. And here we come as a company, and all we're focused on is helping people change their life, elevating people out of their environment, giving them the right information. We all know information will change your situation. I got involved in network marketing at 21 years old. I was a broke, busted, disgusted college kid at Arizona State, and somebody took me under their wing and said, hey, you can do this. You can become a millionaire. You can change the world. And I bought into it. So tonight's first lesson is you've got to buy into it. You've got to buy into it. You have to buy in to the fact that you can become successful. You have to buy into the fact that you can become the next chairman in this company, guys. We have almost 200 chairmen in this company. All different races, creeds, religions, backgrounds, men, women, young guys, young girls. I mean, it's unbelievable. All the continents in the world, we have people making lifestyle-altering incomes, right? So you got to buy into the fact that, hey, you can also become successful, right? We have so many amazing leaders, on this call right now. I'm so grateful for all the Chairman 10s and 25s and 50s and 100s and Chairman 250. It's just absolutely amazing. Somewhere in your upline, you have people that are examples of success. You have people that are examples of what it looks like to become successful. So I'm going to get into the training, you guys. I know it's Easter Sunday. Y'all are spending time with your family, and I'm going to respect that. It's 10:15 over here in Miami, Florida, and I'm just so grateful to be breathing oxygen right now and talking to all of you amazing, wonderful, beautiful people. So tonight's topic, I'm going to talk about slumps, and I'm going to talk about streaks, and I'm going to talk about how to streak your way out of a slump. I've been home now for almost 2 weeks. We had an amazing event last week in Miami, Florida with Jeff and Angela Christian. It was a packed out room. We had 8 different Chairman 10s and above, and that was incredible. And I'm just happy to be home, and I've been really had time to dive in to some more books. When I'm on the road, I'm listening to a lot of audiobooks, and I'm watching live streams and stuff on YouTube. But being home, I'm getting a chance to actually read and learn and really just understand, different tactics, different dynamics to help you guys get to the next level. Because the more I focus on myself, right, the more I study about me, the better I can help we. Because we are the same. There's nothing different between me and you. There's nothing different between Austin Godsey or Brandon Boyd and you, or Jeff and Angela and you, or Dr. Spiller and you. Shout out to Dr. Spiller. Just had an amazing event. I saw videos and pictures of it down in Houston, Texas, this week. David and Manitia, right? There's nothing different with, about him than you. Everybody is the exact same. You have got to just learn the right information. And tonight, I'm gonna share some things that I know can get you to the next level in your business. So here's the deal. First off, let's talk about issues. Let's talk about challenges, right? We all face challenges, right? Hit in the chat box if you face a challenge today, or a challenge last week, or a problem or an issue. Hit 555, right? I'm pretty sure we all face challenges. I face challenges every day. In my personal life, in my business life, in the gym, right? Going down there in the kitchen at 2 a.m. and I'm challenged to grab the peanut butter and just go crazy on it. And I got to say, hey, I can't be doing that, right? So number one, everybody faces challenges. Everybody faces problems. Everybody has issues going on in their houses and in their business. You may look at people like Dr. China, you may look at people like Dr. Joy Lawrence and Tamara Young and say, you know what, these people don't face problems or challenges. That is incorrect. Everybody faces issues. Can you turn the air down, please, just a little bit? So here's the deal. Let's talk about problems, right? Let's talk about challenges here for a second, right? When things are not going right. Okay, slump is the word. Slump. S.L.U.M.P. What is a slump? Well, a slump is when things aren't going right. Right? There is struggle happening. There is frustration happening. It's when you're like on the right track, right? You're like your little choo-choo train track over here, and then you get knocked off. You get knocked off track, and now you're in a slump. So there are 4 things we must do when we're in a slump, guys. And I'm telling you, this is simple information. This is just solving issues, solving challenges, right? For every challenge, there's always a solution. You have to understand that if there's a problem going on in your business right now, if there's a challenge going on in your life, all that is God is making room for even better things to come into your life. You just have to get through these challenges. My mentor, Bob Proctor, he said for every new level, will come new devils. And throughout my career, right? I can't speak on everybody, but I'm talking to you guys, and it's like one-on-one, even though we have almost 1,500 people on the line right now, which is incredible for Easter Sunday, just on the Zoom call. But you have to understand, every new level will bring new devils. New distractions, new challenges, new people to knock you off course, new people to try to get you focused on doing other things you shouldn't be doing. So every new level is going to bring new devils. So the first thing you got to do, number one, is trace it. You got to trace it. If you're going through a slump right now, you got to trace this thing and ask yourself this question. Hey, why is this happening? Right? Why am I not going from P600 to P1000? Why am I not going from P2000 to Chairman 10 yet? Why have I not achieved the result that I desire so greatly? Why is this happening? When anything happens in my life that isn't a positive, I trace it. I say, hey, why is this happening? Business-wise, health-wise, when I was 217 pounds, fat and out of shape and unhealthy, I said, hey, why is this happening? What's going on here? Why is this happening? So if look at your business right now. If you're in a slump, and in some level or some degree, let's trace this thing, right? Ask yourself, hey, why is this happening? The second thing we have to do in a slump is you got to face it. You got to face it, right? You got to trace it to see why it's happening, and then you got to face it head on and say, all right, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Well, my mentor said to do 5 to 6 presentations a week, and I'm not doing 5 to 6 presentations a week, so I'm not getting the result. So you got to face that and say, you know what, reality is reality. Eric Worre, a good friend of mine, he says, Alex, reality is always going to be reality. I know you talk about changing your reality and, creating your own imagination and your dream life and your dream world, but this is what he said. He said, reality is still reality. Like, if your cell phone bill is $516 and you don't have $516, the reality of the situation is, hey, you can't pay your cell phone bill. all right? So you got to trace it, right? Why is this happening? Number one. Number two, you got to face it. You see, a lot of people, they edit reality. What do I mean by that? They act like, if there's a challenge going on, they just act like there's no challenge. They know there's a challenge going on, but they just act like there's no challenge. Like, you can't stop just editing reality. Like, when I was 21, okay, and I was broke eating ramen noodles with the chicken flavor packaging. You sprinkle it on after the microwave and you eat it. It's super salty, but it tastes kind of good, even though it tastes like rubber. And it's like, 50 cents at the store, at the Shell gas station when you're going to college in Arizona, say 2011, and you can't even buy all your textbooks if you don't have any freaking money, right? You got to face it and say, you know what, man, I don't have any money right now, okay? So you got to trace it. And then you got to face it. You got to stop editing reality and say, you know what? Let's handle this thing. Let's fix this slump, and let's keep moving on. Let's keep it moving, right? So you trace it, you face it, and then you must erase it. Like whatever. There's a reason why you're in a slump. There's a reason why you're in a slump, right? There's a reason why you're in a slump. So you trace it and find out why is this happening. Then you say, you know what? I'm going to face this sucker head on. It's like back in high school football. When the running back is running, through the A gap, right? Some of you don't know what I'm talking about here, but it's when the running back gets the football, right? I played football in high school, and they run through the center and the guard. They run through the A gap. If you're a middle linebacker, you got to go face the running back head on, and you got to go have a collision, and you got to go rip his head off. You have to rip the issue's head off, all right? You have to rip the slump's head off. So you erase it, right? Maybe it's a negative relationship. Maybe it's bad business practices. Maybe it's not utilizing the tools iMarkets Live has, right? If you go talk to the Julian Kushners of the world, the Jonathan Lopez's of the world, right? You go talk to the people that are making oodles and oodles of money inside of this company. They're going to tell you, hey, if I got a challenge, I'm going to face this sucker head on. I'm going to face it head on, right? Just head on. So you trace it, you face it, right? And then you got to erase it. Cut it out of your life. Some of you hold on to relationships that don't serve you. They're comfortable, but they don't serve you. You hang around negative people. You got to erase it. It says erase it. And then number 4, you've got to replace it, right? The same way to change a paradigm, you must replace the old habit with a good new habit. The bad old habit, you have to, guess what? You got to replace it with a good new habit. So you replace it. Maybe that's activities. Maybe you need to replace, you're not making enough phone calls, so you got to start making new phone calls. You must replace that activity, right? Maybe you're not doing enough personal development, so you got to do more. Guess what? Personal development, 10 pages a day. Can you do that? Can you read 10 pages a day? All right, 10 pages a day. Maybe it's your thoughts. You got to replace your thoughts. You have to stop thinking in scarcity mindsets. Right? They say, as a man thinketh, so is he. So as I think, so am I. Right? As you think, so are you. That's it. How you see yourself is how the world's going to see you. So you can't see yourself as a broke kid in Bogota, Colombia. You can't see yourself as a broke single mom living in Long Island, New York. You can't see yourself as somebody that got kicked out of high school, got kicked out of college, went to jail for this, that, and the other. Got a girl knocked up at a young age. Whatever your situational thing is, you can't see yourself as that person. You can't let the things that happen to you, right, define you. Nothing defines me except what I say defines me, and that's it. We all grew up in different places, in different environments, but you got to understand that, in order to get out of that slump, we're talking about how to get out of a slump right now, you got to replace it. You have to replace your thoughts. You have to replace your beliefs, what you believe about Forex, what you believe about, cryptocurrency, what you believe about this company, right? You got to stop pointing the finger and blaming everybody else around you, and you have to look in the mirror, and you got to say, hey, guess what? If it's to be, it's up to me. That's it. If there's a slump going on in your business, it's up to you. You're probably not talking to enough people. Okay? You're probably not doing what your mentors told you to do. You're probably not promoting the big events. There are people on this call right now that live in South Florida. You were not at the event 4 days ago with Jeff, Angela, myself, Mr. Mikey Sotero, Scotty Huss. Who else was there? Jerome Claire flew in from Toronto, Canada. A couple other chairmen were there. Mike and Marlene Stotts were there. Right? You're in South Florida, yet you weren't at the event and you didn't promote it. Okay, I'm not coming down at you. I don't care. I'm not your manager. I'm not your boss. I'm your friend. If you can learn something from me, I can be your mentor. But that's it, right? You got to replace bad activity with good activity. You have to replace bad habits with, guess what? Good habits. So there we go. You got to trace it. You got to face it. You got to erase it. And then you got to, guess what? Go ahead and replace it. When Gary Kurt McSween faces challenges in his business, he replaces it. He says, all right, if this ain't working anymore, I'm going to replace this thing, and I'm going to get back on track. So let's define really quick what slump stands for. Number one, slump. If you're in a slump right now, okay, I'm going to describe to you some of the symptoms that you're having, and then we're going to figure out how to get away, how to cure this slump and get into a streak. Number one, skepticism, right? Skepticism. If you're in a slump right now, you might be facing skepticism, mental skepticism. You might be listening to the negative voice on your shoulder that's telling you can't. You're now an entrepreneur. You now own your own business. You are an independent business owner. This is the once a week where we're not talking about trading. We're talking about building a big business, right? And here's the thing. There's always two voices on your shoulders. You got the voice telling you, hey, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You got the other, I don't want to say angel and demon. It's Easter Sunday, right? But you have the other shoulder saying, hey, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, right? I remember getting involved at 21 years old, and I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna become a millionaire. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anyone's got to say. My own family thinks I'm crazy. I don't care. I don't care. Right? But the whole journey, right? At $500 a month, who do you think you are? You're too young. $1,000 a month, who do you think you are? You can't do this, right? You go to Arizona State, you're not smart. You got dropped out of the business school. Who do you think you are trying to do business, right? Right? This negative self-talk never really stops. You have to be able to zip it. You have to be able to shut up. You got to say shut up, right? And then you get to $1,000 a month, and $2,000 a month, and $5,000 a month, and $10,000 a month. And then you're making I remember making $40,000 a month at 23 years old, and then it'd say, well, you can't get to $80,000 a month. No one's ever done that at your age. You can't do that at 22 years old, right? You can't do that. And shut up. You got to be able to silence this thing and only let through this voice. You got to only let through this voice that says, hey man, you can do this thing. Hey, keep going. Hey, keep plugging away. So if you're facing skepticism right now, you gotta stop, and that voice will never get away. When I became the vice president of sales back in the day of this company, there were a lot of people around me that are like, dude, you're 20. I was 27 at the time, man. They're like, dude, you're 27 years old. This voice said, dude, you're 27. You can't be the vice president of this company. You can't be doing this at your age. There's people double your age in the company. How the heck are you going to be a vice president of the company? You zip it, and zip it. You got to do the exact same thing. You have to stop the negative self-talk. So the S in slump, number one, is skepticism, right? You got to stop that thing. L is laziness, right? We're talking about reasons why you might be in a slump right now, right? And here's the deal. Number two is laziness. There's no cure. I can't say anything to you to get you to stop being lazy. The only person that can do that is you. The only person that can do that is you. I would just say you got to find some driving forces in your life to where you can't be lazy anymore. You got to go out there and make it happen. You got to make some money. You got to put food on the table, right? You got to prove people wrong. You have to prove yourself right. I don't know what it is, but you can't be lazy. And with laziness, this is what I know, right? To produce new life, I want you guys to hear this really quick. To produce new life, labor is necessary. I want you to hear this, all right? To produce new life, it's hot out here. Labor is necessary. A woman has to go through pain for, 9 months? 9 months. They got to hold a kid for 9 months. They got to hold a child for 9 months, right? They're carrying this kid, and then at the end, what is it? They got to go into labor, right? Labor, write this down. Labor is necessary for new life. I didn't make that up, so I can't take credit for that. But labor is necessary for new life. So you're saying, I want a new life. I want to live in a better condo. I want to live in a nice house. I want to go eat an $800 dinner. I'm tired of eating, lean cuisine out of the freezer, right? I'm tired of driving a Honda. I want a Bentley, right? I want to go to Turks and Caicos. I don't want to go to Disney World for family vacation. I want to leave the country. I want to tattoo my passport, right? This is my question. Are you operating out of laziness, right? Or are you going through labor? You have to go through labor, right? Women go for 9 months and they have labor pains. And then new life comes. In order for new life, you got to go through labor. What does that mean? You have to work. You have to work hard, right? Oh, newsflash tonight. If you want to be successful, you have to work hard. Wow. What a monumental moment on tonight's call. You have to work hard? Wait, you mean the leaders that make $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 a month? A month. You mean they work hard? Yes. Yes. And you got to pay rent for success. And it's due every dang day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Right? So the S in slump, skepticism. The L in slump, laziness. Right? Here comes the U. Ready for the U? Here comes the U, undecided. Undecided. Being undecided is actually deciding to be uncommitted. One more time. This is big here. You saying, well, I'm undecided if I'm really going to go all. I'm undecided if I'm really going to take this thing serious. I'm undecided if I'm going to become a professional in network marketing. I'm undecided if I'm going to work hard and sacrifice. So come the Houston event, our convention, right, in September, I'm undecided. I'm undecided if I'm really going to, push the pedal to the metal, right? Not reaching a decision is being undecided. Being undecided is being uncommitted, okay? You can't be uncommitted and be successful. You can't be uncommitted and be successful. You got to be committed. And if you're committed and you work hard every single dang day, you're going to get your lives to the next level. Whether you're a trader, whether you're a builder, whether you are both. The people that are getting great results, they put in the 10,000 hours, some of them 20,000 hours, some of them probably 30,000 hours, right? So how to go from undecided into being decided is decide what it is you want. Decide what you want, right? Justin Sayani, he decided what he wants, a better life, right? You got to decide what you want. Be decisive. Decide what you want. Decide who you want to associate with. Decide who you need to associate with. There are a few people I talk to every day. I'm going to pull up my cell phone right now just to show you that I don't tell lies anyway, but I only talk to a few people all the time. One of them is Christopher Terry. We talk all the time. Why? Because I know who I need to talk to. It's for me to get to that next level, right? David and Menitier, we were talking this afternoon, right? He was at the Clippers playoff game in LA. Why? Because he made a decision that he was going to become successful. So he can go and do whatever he wants to go ahead and do. All right? So decide what you want. Decide who you need to associate with. Decide what you're willing to sacrifice. Right? There's some game called, there's some TV show called Game of Thrones. And I'm sure some of you watch it. And that's great. I've never seen an episode, right? I've watched all the Entourage episodes back in the day on HBO, but I've never watched Game of Thrones, right? People, it might be on right now, and people are watching Game of Thrones in their $100,000 home, eating mac and cheese, but they're not going to get on a call and learn from people that have made tens of millions of dollars on how to get their lives to the next level. And I'm not being harsh tonight. I'm not trying to be mean tonight. I'm just going to always speak the truth and let you know, why am I in a slump? Well, you're skeptical, you're lazy, you're undecided, right? You're not chairman because you don't know what it feels like to be chairman. If you were chairman, if you knew what it felt like to have freedom, right? If you knew what it felt like to have freedom, you'd go get freedom, okay? A lot of these chairmen, okay, God bless them all, man. I get so stinking inspired at these events because my story, it really isn't all that special because I grew up in a normal home. I grew up with a mom and a dad, loving parents, right? I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My mom packed my lunch when I was in elementary school. We didn't grow up rich. There were no exotic cars in the driveway, but I never had to go fight, to eat lunch. And I hear some of these stories, man. I forget who it was, but dude, some of these chairmen in Houston, they're up there, and the brand new chairman tends, their name will come to me in a second, and I'm sitting there I'm just getting teary-eyed listening to these testimonials, and I'm like, dude, I go to these events. I go to these events to get inspired, man. People say, well, why do I got to go to these events? It's the same information. It's the same information. It's the same information. I've been going to these events and getting the same information for almost a damn decade. $20 million later, I go to the events for me to get inspired. I go there to get help, for me to grow, right? You got to understand, you got to get to these events. You got to show up. You have to make a decision, right? Forget being undecided. You got to decide and you got to commit, right? Last thing I'm going to say on the undecided right here, and this is important right here. Someone has to sacrifice so someone else doesn't have to. I didn't make that up, so I'm not taking credit for these powerful phrases, but oh my gosh, on Easter Sunday, someone has to sacrifice so someone else doesn't have to. Okay? And the people in this company that made the sacrifices to become successful, their families now don't have to. Okay? Dr. Spiller's family now probably doesn't have to sacrifice like him and his wife have sacrificed for the last 2 years, learning a skill set, building a business, traveling around the world. In a lot of these hotels, I stay at W Hotel a lot. If there's a W in the city, that's where I'm staying. I like it. It's modern. There's music in the lobby. I don't like boring old school hotels. I'm in hotels a whole lot because I travel a whole lot, right? You walk into those hotels, some of them, they have locks on the thermostats in the gym. They have locks on the thermostat in the health club center with the sauna and the steam room and the massage stuff, right? They have locks in public areas, right? In these hotels, because I'm always too hot and I try to go change it. I can't get into the dang box and it's locked on 72. It's locked on 72. It's locked on 72. So your attitude needs to be a thermostat. I hope you guys will understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, successful people, if something goes wrong, if something happens, if there's a minor slump, if there's a minor challenge, if you get stopped out on a trade, successful people, we experience the same thing, except we just throw our hands up in the air and we enjoy the ride and know it ain't gonna last forever, right? In a roller coaster, there's a drop, and then usually after what follows a drop, something of an incline. So your attitude, if you have a poor attitude, you're probably in a slump. That's pretty self-explanatory. You understand? So slump one more time. Okay, if you're in a slump, you got skepticism, you got laziness, you're undecided, you're misdirected. And you got a poor attitude. You got to stop all that nonsense because all it's doing is hurting you and hindering you. So now we're going to switch focus right now, and we're going to talk about streak. Seeing is believing, right? Seeing is believing. You've seen enough information. You've seen enough results. You've seen enough testimonies. You've seen enough success. It's time for you to go out there and make it happen. We got chairmans in Slovenia. We got chairmans in Portugal. We got chairmans in Spain. We got chairmans in France. We got chairmans all over Germany. Richard Buechner, Chairman 50, right? We got kids in their early 20s, Chairman 100 in Costa Rica, Juan Diego. Kid's 25 years old. He's 25. It's ridiculous. Nicole Palacios, Chairman 50 in Bogota, Colombia. He's younger. He's what? 27. Bryce Thompson, dear. Oh my gosh. I was on the phone with him 2 days ago. He's got an exciting announcement coming out. He's doing something cool for the millennials. He's putting something together that I'm going to help him with. Kid has never done network marketing before. Chairman 50. And he's like, hey man, did you graduate college? I'm like, yeah, I actually graduated. He said, man, I'm going to stay in school. I'm going to get my diploma and I'm going to graduate at Chairman 100. I mean, where else could you do that besides, let's see, nowhere? This has never been done before. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this has never been done before. It's not hype, it's not motivational, it's not inspirational, it's just facts. It is what it is. And you're either going to take advantage of this opportunity or you're going to sit there and you're just going to let it pass you on by. Because listen, it's going to be an amazing opportunity in 2020. It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity in 2027. By the grace of God, when I'm 45 years old, right? It's still going to be great. It's still going to be an amazing opportunity, but it will never be as good as it is right now because people don't know about this yet. You do. You got to go share it with people. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about streak. Let's talk about streak, all right? Number one, set goals. Wow, that's a new one. The S in streak, set goals, right? Goals are for people. Goals are for people going places. Goals are for people going. I don't know how many times you got to hear this before it processes. Goals are for people going places. You've got to set goals with a timeline and a deadline. A dream with a deadline is a goal. A dream with no deadline is a wish. Jim Rohn, the mentor of mentors. That's what he said. I go to sleep to him every night. Either Jim Rohn or Earl Nightingale or Alan Watts or James Allen. As a man thinketh right here. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Oh my gosh. I mean, come on. I am, right? I am who I say I am, therefore I am. That's it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Right? Each of us is literally what we think. Our character being the complete sum of all our thoughts. Page 1. That's it. We are a sum of all our thoughts. That's it. What do you think about? Right? Streak. Set goals. Where are you going to be? The Houston event is next month. I hope y'all go to Houston. I'm going to Houston. You should go to Houston too. May 10, 11, I think. May 10, 11, 12. Houston, Texas. It's going to be amazing. Christopher Terry is going to be there. That's the only thing you need to hear for you to book a plane ticket. Take away David, take away Yvonne, take away Jason and Matt, myself, China, take away everybody else. If Chris Terry is going to be there, why would you not be there? Right? Give me 5 good reasons why. I'll send you $5,000. You can't find one good reason why. You're definitely not going to find 5. If anything, go there to get inspired. I go there to get inspired. See, you think I show up for everybody else. I show up for everybody else, but I show up for myself, man. You know what gets me the most emotionally engaged is listening to new chairman Tens for the first time on stage. Honest to God. I remember Justin Owens the first time. I remember Rudy Valsi for the first time. I remember all these guys and girls for the first time. And those 10-minute little power talks, that just gets me on a whole new level of commitment, right? A whole new level, right? So number 1, set goals. Streak, the S in streak is set goals, okay? The T in streak is teachable and coachable. We've gone over this before, all right? I know a lot of you are new on this call. Teachable and coachable. How teachable are you? How teachable are you, right? How coachable are you? How teachable are you and how coachable are you? You're teachable tonight. You're on a call right now with 1,500 other people live. Okay, this is getting recorded. The YouTube link will be done and fired up and sent out first thing in the morning. You can watch as many times as you want. So you're teachable, you're learning information, but if you don't change, you're not going to have success, right? Because it's your teachability index times your coachability index. If your teachability index is a level 10, but you don't change, your coachability index is a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or 5 or a 0 for some of you, then you're not going to have 100. Success, you got to have all 100, right? So set goals. S, T, teachable and coachable. E, this is so, I don't want to say redundant, guys, but guys, E is excited. You got to be excited. The biggest churches today with the biggest congregations, I guarantee you, it's because the pastor or the pastor or preacher, right? I get all those terms confused. I just know that, God is great, and there's different words for the people on the stages that are giving sermons. Preacher, pastor, rabbi, it's all great, okay? But those people with the biggest congregations, I guarantee they're what? Excited. I guarantee they're excited. T.D. Jakes is fired up and excited. Joel Osteen's fired up and excited. There's a dude out here named Rich Wilkerson. I went to his church last weekend. He's fired up and excited, right? Carl Lentz, all these guys. Stephen Furtick, people send me all these church sermons on my cell phone like every day. I just watch them on YouTube. I love this stuff, right? They're excited, okay? Every great coach, every great athlete, every great promoter, every great musician, they are excited. Teams, churches, politics, excited, right? You have to be excited. How's your posture? How's your energy, right? When you sit down with a prospect, you have to be excited about iMarkets Live. You have to be excited about where we're going. You have to be excited, right, about what you're doing. You got to be fired up all the time. Whoever's on the line, if you could please mute your line if you're on the panelist line, right? You got to be pumped up and excited all of the time. So streak, set goals, okay? Teachable and coachable, okay? E is excited. A, activity. A is activity. When things are going good, do more. When things aren't going so good, do more. Okay? When things aren't going so well, do more. When things are going good, do more. Just keep doing more. Do not get comfortable. Okay? Eric Worre, he says one of the most dangerous positions in this industry is $10,000 to $20,000 a month. So when people get comfortable, so people say, yeah, I'm here. People say, yeah, I upgraded my car. I upgraded my house. I'm making $10,000. I'm making $18,000. I'm making $20,000 a month, right? It's a dangerous income to be at, all right, if you are not committed. So do more. Always be doing more activities. Well, how do you do more? Well, presentations. How do you do more? Prospect people. How do you do more? Read more books. Listen to more audios. Watch more videos. Take more actions. Activity. You know, some people are busy. They're busy building iMarkets Live, but they're not producing any results. You got to produce results. You got to produce a result. If you don't produce a result, it's not really an activity. You're just busy, right? You're just busy. Okay? You're just busy. You've got to be active. You've got to be active. Okay? And K is keep focused, right? You got to stay focused all of the time. You got to stay focused all of the time. That's how you get on a streak, right? The R, some of you saying I missed the R. R is run. It can be run. It can be run with the flow. It can be right on point. Let's just use right on point, okay? It's getting right on point. It's getting right to the point, right to the point, right to the point, right to the point. What do I need to do to move the needle forward? What do I need to do to increase the volume? What do I need to do to get to the next level, right? So streak, set goals, teachable and coachable, all right? Right to the point, be excited, and K is keep focused. You've got to keep focused on where it is you're going. If you want long-term success in this company, ladies and gentlemen, you have to you can't just be focused for a day. You can't just be focused for a week. You got to be focused for months and months and months and months and months. And if you want walk-away income, phone numbers in bank account income, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to stay focused for years and years and years. But it's fun. It's not work. You never feel like you're working when you love what it is you're doing every single day. So I know we're live right now, so I got to say tonight we're not making any income results. I'm not guaranteeing anybody anything in terms of money or financial gain. I'm not guaranteeing everybody's going to become a multimillionaire trader or a multimillionaire earner. Results may vary, and current results do not dictate future results, right? This is what I know. iMarkets Live is the greatest opportunity for the average person to get their lives to the next level. So guys, I'm excited and fired up, man. I hope you guys got some information tonight that can help you guys get to the next level. We talked about Slump really quick. If you got value tonight, just hit the 333. Hit the 333. We talked about the slump. You got to trace it. You got to face it. You got to erase it. You got to replace it. What does slump stand for? Well, skepticism, laziness, undecided, misdirected, and poor attitude. Things you cannot do. All right? Streak, set goals, be teachable and coachable, right? Right to the point, excited, got to be excited, right? A, activity. K, keep focused. Guys, I will see you May 10, 11, and 12 in Houston, Texas. I might be on this call again next week, or I might hand it off. I might pass it off to one of our other amazing chairman leaders to bless you guys and grace you guys with some great information. Man, I'll tell you what, this is the greatest company on planet Earth, and I am so grateful and I'm so thankful on this amazing Easter Sunday to spend some time with you guys. You guys are family. We are family. This is not a company. This is not an organization. This isn't a Forex educational platform. This is a family of people that care about each other, that love each other, that do whatever it takes to help everybody, not just your group, but everybody, right? From the Chad Thompsons to the Dr. Joel Tankers to the Warren and Tamara Youngs to the Austin God to the Brandon Boyds to the Mikey Soteros to the Scott Hussons to the Julian Kushers to the Ivan Briongos to the Yvonne Tapias to the Aurelie Moran to the Jason Browns to the Matthew Roses to all the amazing people out there in the world of iMarkets Live. I want to say I love you. If we are not connected on Instagram, get on my Instagram. I post stuff every day, all day. Alex Morton Mindset is the Instagram. Somebody write that for me in the chat box. Alex Morton Mindset. I love you. I appreciate you. This recording will be live in the Chairman 25 and Up chat box tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Stay blessed and go out there and continue to change the world because you are good enough. Thank you all very much. God bless. Thank you for watching. For more videos on how to be, do, and have everything in life you desire, subscribe now. And remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.